What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. My name is Conrad, and how are you, buddy? Today is June 3rd, 2022, the year of our Lord, and this is another shed show. I'm back in the shed. It's been a while since I've been back in the shed. It feels good. It's hot in here, so I had the air conditioner on. Um, Nothing classier, really, than I'm trying to get this. I'll get back to it. I'm trying to get this stupid live stream to work on the Podbean, but it's being the. What are we doing? Yeah, it's okay. No, I don't want to end it. I just want it to be on air. We'll see what happens. It's not giving me any. Because I have a poor connection. So, what else is new? I think I'm gonna get a new computer. I've had this one since like 1998, so it was pretty good back then. But right now it's struggling. So hopefully this connection gets a little bit better. Can't imagine that it will. Forget about it. We'll just do it this way. Yeah, I made a little bit of a mistake when mounting. What we got going on here? This is ridiculous. So I'm not connected. When mounting the air conditioner in here, nothing classier than now we're good. Now we're on, supposedly, somehow. So nothing classier than punching a hole into a shed and then poking a air conditioner through it. But I don't know if I did it too close to the roof or something. So when this rain, it just filled up the back of the air conditioner with water, and it works still. It just gurgles a lot. It's got a little bit of Bruce gurgle in there. So either way, it is hot in here. I turned it off to make the sound be okay. So forgive me for turning it off and looking sweaty if you're watching it on the video. So I'm getting ready to leave Oklahoma and head back up to Kansas. It's that time of the week where we go back up and live our second life of mowing grass and hanging out with the fam and all that stuff. So got to get back up there and do that job. But tonight we will be having those guys from Wichita show. So if you don't know what that is, it's right here on Conradio. You can watch it on Facebook. You can watch it on Twitter. You can watch it on Twitch, which people do. You can watch it on YouTube still live, and that's at 7 p.m. Central. So if you want to watch that live, it is a fun show with a bunch of waterheads that don't know anything and basically argue with each other about stuff they don't know about, which is pretty fun. So I'm kind of confused, clearly, that I was turning on the news the past couple of days, and I didn't realize that it was the time of year where we have to start celebrating the Queen, dude. Like, I didn't realize. I thought we were over that. In this country, in a country that for the past probably 5 years or so, maybe even longer, has been demonstrations, has been, I would say that the 2020 election was heavily influenced by the narrative that there's this white people didn't like Donald Trump because of like white privilege and white supremacy even was mentioned in there, and all this racial systematic racism and stuff like that, racial hierarchy and just all these terms got thrown at us over the past 5 years. Yet, so I don't, for the life of me, cannot understand why we have to celebrate a woman. If you want to know what white privilege is, isn't being the queen the ultimate white privilege? You were just born white, and then you got to live in a mansion or a castle the remainder of your life. And people are, I mean, I get it, dude. It's a big accomplishment to reign on the throne for 70 years, but is it? I mean, with modern, I get it. The reason it wouldn't surprise me if she lived to be, 130, 140 even. She took the throne in 1953. She has, as medicine, as research, and all the different health fields have improved. She has access to all of it, the best of the best. And I don't know why. I mean, just because she's born the queen. I don't know what she does. I feel like she just hangs out at different mansions. You know what I mean? And dresses in a sensible pantsuit, but it's weird that we have to be like that exists at the same time that demonstrations, against what we perceive as people that didn't earn what they got, that the reason that they got the success is because of their race or their position in life. You know what I mean? Like Donald Trump, one of the things, well, he was handed that money when his dad died. Okay, I agree. That's bullshit. He has clearly born with a silver spoon. He's got every advantage. You know what I mean? And then also, you could say, well, and then there's also these racist things that he did or said or whatever. Okay, but then how are we going to celebrate the queen of all of that? Talk about being born literally with a silver spoon, dude. I think they pulled her out with a silver spoon. You know what I mean? Golden spoon. Yet that's fine. It's like, no, that part's fine. Why? Because she knighted Sir Elton John? You know what I mean? Like, what has she done other than be queen? And what does that mean? I'm all for having reverence for, um, you know, history and tradition. But if in this country we're going to hate our history and our tradition for good reason, why do we then have to turn around and celebrate the exact same thing just because it's in a different country? It's confusing. I don't, why are we surprised that somebody in the modern era who has no responsibilities and no, like, stress about if I get sick, what happened, how much is it going to cost? Like, she doesn't have to worry about any of that. She's got chefs and bacon. She's got the best diet. Sleeps in the bed. I bet she's got a Tempur-Pedic mattress. You know what I mean? I bet she's got an adjustable freaking bed frame. So in case she gets some sort of, she eats something spicy or something by accident, and she freaking fires that chef, I'm sure. She can just sit up at night so she doesn't have freaking heartburn, dude. She don't even have to have heartburn because she's got one of those $3,000 adjustable beds. And I bet it's even because queens usually sleep in beds that have like a 4-post bed that's got the, what do they call that? When it's got like the drapery over it. And I bet even her whole bed, even with the 4 posts, just tips up. She's like, I got heartburn. It just tips up in front of her. So we're going to have to sit around. There's going to be, a century. This is a Jubilee, 70-year Jubilee. We're going to get 30 years from now, we're going to be doing the same thing with this lady. She's going to be in like a hyperbaric chamber with a Bane mask on. Like, look, she made it. Like, duh. Why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she make it? She has every advantage. And the only reason she has them is because she was born into that. Didn't earn them. And we're just like, that's fine. That's totally fine. Then we come over here and be like, your dad left you $38 when he died. Your dad left you a Corvette and you sold it. And that's how you started your business. You didn't earn anything. Okay. can you shut up? I'm trying to watch the Queen's Jubilee. You know what I mean? It's just weird, dude. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do a lot of stuff. And she's racist. I thought that was the whole thing. Didn't she she kicked her son out of the family? Um, the redheaded kid, not for being redheaded, which is, damn, sometimes that's just enough. Sometimes you get a redheaded kid in your family and you're like, I don't know, let's kind of see what happens. And Harry, he's going crazy, dude. Going to Vegas, getting naked in the hotel rooms, showing his butt out the window. And she was fine with all that. She stood by him. And then all of a sudden, he marries a mixed race beauty queen from California who's, you know, a freaking kale. And Queen's like, this ain't happening. Get out of here, dude. And she kicked him out. Meghan Markle and him they had to suffer, dude, over the past 3 or 4 years. They bought a house in Malibu for like 4 or 5 million. Because they don't get to live in that, they get a stipend, of course, because they're royalty, but it ain't as much. You know what I mean? Like when they exile somebody to a mansion in Malibu and that hurts. I mean, that hurt Harry. That hurt Meghan to be exiled like that. When that hurts to be sent with your bag of money and your, private cars and your private drivers and your private jets to a mansion in Malibu, and that hurts, can you imagine how good being in the family is then? It must be the best. It must be the best, dude. You just walk around. I mean, you just walk around corridors and dungeons, and there's people in them. You think that there's not still people in the dungeons of those old castles? What the hell is wrong with you? Of course there are. And the queen is responsible for. She's a damn queen. She's been the queen for 70 years. There's probably somebody down there from 1965 that she put down there. Somebody that didn't wear a tall enough furry hat or didn't freaking open the door in the correct way or put the fork neck spoon on the left side instead of the right side or something, and she put him down in the dungeon, dude, down there. And now she's gonna ride around in a freaking Model T convertible or whatever they got over there, some sort of hamster driven car, and just give you the old. And we're like, yes, you did it. You're the queen. You made it. Meanwhile, in this country, it gets hot out. Everybody's like, is my gun loaded? And why? Because it's hot and I'm going to go make a point, and now that seems to come in waves too. And that's awful. That's the worst wave you can ride, dude. It's worse than Katrina. A wave of gun violence, So every couple hours, you just get a notification. Hey, guess what? There's a funeral in Wisconsin or a wedding in Iowa or a hospital in Tulsa. Or it's like, come on, guys, cut it out. Get out. Watch the Queen. Maybe that's the good thing about it. It's a distraction from what we got going on down here. So, anyways, I'm not European. I don't know. I've never done a 23andMe. I don't know if I even have any blood that's royal at all. I doubt it. I doubt it. I punched a hole in the side of my shed and put an air conditioner through it. And that ain't royal. That ain't royalty stuff. So I don't have any allegiance to the crown at all. And it seems like, at least in this part of the world, you want to earn what you have. You don't want it given to you. Like people that were raised around you don't even like fucking birthday presents if you are related to me because you feel guilty, for being born. Why is somebody giving you something? just because you were born, big deal. You know what I mean? People are born, hold your breath. 18 people were just born. You know what I mean? How long can you hold your breath? 100 people were just born. Is that such a big deal? And that's how my family, and I think that might be a Midwestern thing. That might be a my family thing. But I think it's just an American, and you gotta earn what you get, and if you don't earn it, you feel guilty about it, and you want to make it up to people. Queen don't feel guilty about her. She thinks it's yeah, of course. I'm royal. Of course. Of course it's my mansion. Of course. She couldn't even get a job. You know what I mean? Like she can't even log into a computer. Okay? She couldn't work. You know what I mean? Yet there she is, you know. Just freaking putting people in dungeons like this is not a proper tea. You put too much cinnamon in my tea. You're exiled to the dungeon. There's a TV down there. You can watch my Jubilee. It's a weird world, dude. That's almost to me that's almost hypocrite stuff when that happens. So anyways, the show tonight's at 7. So this is gonna be a short show in the shed today. I just felt like I needed to get out here and do something. It's been a while and I kind of miss it. As much as Shannon and I love each other, as much as cousins can love each other without getting like real Arkansas about it, we do those shows together and they're a tremendous amount of fun. And that show I'm referring to is the OK Taco Show. We drive around and sell tacos all around Oklahoma out of a freaking Airstream trailer that's badass, and meet a lot of great people and hang out with them and talk to them while we sell them tacos and stuff. And we don't make any money, but we meet a lot of people and that's fun, and they know us now, so that's a good thing. And we're out working and we're trying to grow that show, and we're trying to grow this show, and we're trying to grow that other show. But sometimes it's nice to, that's got its fun because there's two of us. That's fun, but this is fun because it's just me and I can get everything out on a subject. It doesn't shift. It doesn't, or even if it does, it's because my brain made it happen, not because somebody else's did. So they all have their pros and cons. You know what I mean? So if you want to support it, that's simple, dude. All you have to do is subscribe. It's free on iTunes or Spotify. Just look for Conradio, and it has all the shows. It has the OK Taco Show. It has those guys from Wichita, the podcast I'm doing tonight. It has the Shed shows. And so you get access to all of them, and they're free. Or you can also become a Patreon, and you get access to bonus shows and bonus videos. We're starting videos now. So you get to watch our waterheads as we come up with this stupid stuff, or as we're driving around Oklahoma doing a podcast. So consider that. It's $5 a month. And, moving forward, I'm going to start, if you do subscribe, I'll get your name, at least your first name, and thank you guys here on free shows every week, every day, because I do these shows every day. So on one of the shows, whatever show we're doing that day, I will thank you guys for being the best supporters. So consider that. And consider reaching out. You can always email us. You can email at conradiomail@gmail.com or oktacoshow@gmail.com. And maybe you have a question, or maybe you like the Queen. Maybe you are the Queen. Maybe you're watching right now, Elizabeth. Girl. I don't even know what time it is over there. Put that freaking pudding down and watch my show. And if she's a fan, dude, I change my opinion about everything. And if she subscribes to my Patreon, I will change my opinion about her. That's how much it takes. It's $5 and I'll switch my opinion. So the only other thing I was going to get to on this show was last night, my wife and I had started watching, we just on the Spectrum US version a couple days ago, and I love that show. That's my favorite show of all time. And I would love if any of you guys are on the spectrum or know of a friend or something that is on the spectrum, have them email me, or have them reach out on Facebook at Conradio or Patreon, and I'll get the message because I'd love to have you on the show, any of the shows. You guys are great. But that show was only six episodes, and so with Daniel was on a date at the beach with his, I forget, I think it's Amy or something like that, and that was the same date that he gave her an elephant to remember that moment, a little elephant, and she loved it. And so that was a perfect ending to that. So we're like, what are we going to watch now? And on Apple TV, there's this called The Foundation or Foundation. And we watched the first episode. It's pretty good. There's just a lot going on because it's about like sci-fi and other worlds and stuff and societies that they're building and different, when you do something as a god of generations and stuff like that. So it's kind of a lot, but it's a pretty good show. First episode, and then last night after I got home selling tacos and took a shower and uploaded the show, I laid down and my wife's like, "You want to watch that show again? Watch an episode?" And I said, "Yeah, we can." It's like I couldn't find it though. I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it on Apple TV. And then she's like, "Well, did you check recently watched?" And it's like, my wife does this to me all the time. Like if I'm looking for something, did you? And I'd be like, if I'm looking for my wallet, and right now I'm looking in the freezer, you think that I started here? I mean, I'm stupid, but you think I started in the freezer, or I'm looking for my wallet in the microwave? Yes, I checked my jeans. So that was the first place, and then out to the car, and then But she's like, well, did you check recently watched? I'm like, oh my god, I went to no, I didn't. I went to sci-fi and just thought I'd try to scroll around till I found it. Yeah, of course, I didn't. There's no recently watched right here. I don't know why it's not on here. It's not. I know that exists. You know what I mean? Like, imagine 1980s version of a marriage. When there's 4 channels, and you're trying to find what channel was. What channel? I think Gilligan's Island is on tonight. What? I thought we were gonna watch Gilligan's Island, and the man. Yeah, I know it's not on. And did you check channel 3? Like, no, I know it's on channel. Yes, I started there. I'm sure it's the same conversation, but now it's you watched. So we found it, and we watched the second episode. It's kind of there's a young woman on there that plays the lead. She's very beautiful, and to me, she seems too young to be playing that role. You know what I mean? Like, it's very intimate with her boyfriend. So I got an ant. Freaking there's ants in my studio, so they're not fire though. They're just ice ants. So we found it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but I'd never heard of it, but it's pretty good. I give it probably, I give it 4 banana puddings out of 5. 4 royal puddings is what I would rate Foundation as. So if you want to watch it, you have to have Apple TV though, which a lot of people got now because of freaking Ted Lasso, which is a soccer show that's actually funny and actually entertaining because there's not much soccer in it. Consider watching that one too if you haven't checked it out. The hype is real, dude. So that's it, guys. I got to get out of here. I got to drive to Kansas. I got to, probably stop somewhere and do something for some gas money. Maybe service a stranger or something. It's getting too much for me to handle. So, I got to go brush my teeth. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Central, same bat time, or same bat channel at least. And with that being said, have an okay day, and don't let your meat loaf.